Damage control.
Hey, welcome back to Damage Control. If you like the videos you're seeing here, we would love some support. Our favorite method of that is buying a membership. Go to the Damage Control MMA website and pick up a membership. There's all kinds of exclusive material on there for you. If that's not your cup of tea, then you can go to our YouTube and subscribe to that, or like us on Facebook.
Let's start like one of these deals where it's a 50-50 and you're in a kind of a, you know, one of these weird situations. It's always kind of weird because you never know, should you attack, should you defend, should you try to stay put, or should you try to escape? For me, in my experience, usually trying to escape is, that's when things go the worst for me. So I will usually kind of stay put and let him try to escape. What he'll try to do here is he's going to try to attack my heel. Obviously, I'm going to be doing the same thing, but this is what your biggest danger is this inverted heel lock like this. Now, my favorite thing to do when I'm here is always try to play defense first, rather than he's going for my heel, I'm going for his heel, and then whoever gets it first type of thing. I always try to get my hands involved. I always try to use everything I have for defense first, because it seems like the more I make him work and work and work to try to get that heel and get it exposed and lock it, the more fixated and the more tunnel vision he gets here, and the more he starts to forget about here. So as he goes to attack it, my first order of business, he's go ahead and start playing with it, is I'm going to hide my foot. And I'm doing a couple of things. I'm straightening my leg, and I'm curling my toes, and at the same time I'm turning as much as I can to keep that heel from being exposed and popped up. Now let's say I'm a little late and he's able to catch it. Again, if my hands are here versus back here, I can give myself a little bit of time and save this just at the last moment, give myself a last minute reprieve. Even if I'm here and he reaches across to the other hand and grabs my heel, he can still put some pressure there and cause me problems. I can again strip that and start pushing that. So I want to get my hands involved, I want to hide that and straighten that out there. Now, from here, what I like to do is get this other foot involved, and I'll usually put it right here to push it back. Now, I've taken a lot of mobility away, and depending on how, some guys are stronger, or like tighter, and some guys are looser. Right now, Kaiser's giving me more of a limp arm, kind of a spaghetti type of energy, and obviously there's not a lot of, I don't have a lot of control there. Go ahead and just kind of whip out of there. Yeah, there he goes. And that's going to dictate a different direction. But let's say he's a little tighter. You know, yeah, exactly. He's firm and he's trying to maybe go for an Achilles tendon hold, or maybe a calf lock or whatever. That type of energy is going to give you more of this type of situation. See, I'm starting to wrench his shoulder a little bit. Maybe he might straighten his arm out to defend that shoulder, and then I start working on his elbow a little bit. And right now, I'm sure a lot of people are thinking, you're never going to get that. That's totally cheese whiz crap. You're not going to get it. And that's totally, I can't remember the last time I caught this. But what you have to remember, this whole time, he's got to work to not get caught. And as he does, go ahead, he forgets about this. Now, I've got him. My legs are relatively safe because they're on the attack and he's defending. And meanwhile, again, he's forgotten about this guy here.
That's funny, because even as you're showing it, Yamasaki, I was thinking, where is this really going to go? What is he really going to do with this arm? And wasn't even thinking about the heel anymore. Even just in this environment where we have plenty of time to think through all of this, let alone in the full speed and moment of a match, that's
right.
That's
now,
awesome.
Sometimes you get a guy where you feel this and he's limp. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, again, get my arms involved, because obviously I can't control this enough with just my feet. So he winds that in and around and gets it out. I'm going to go here. Now I've controlled this arm with my arms, and if you go all the way back to our bucket of wings and legs with Sensei Paulson, he talked about catching kimuras and different types of locks on this arm. This is kind of where it came from, that idea. And then also one time I was playing around with Mike Diaz's legs, trying to catch him in a leg lock. He just reached up and he wrist locked me, and I had a tap. So between that and some of the like the CLAT type arm bars that sometimes you'll see Eric Paulson playing around with, I started playing around, and as he starts getting loose and kind of relaxed in there, I'll reach that just like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this leg and I'm going to come above the elbow here. Once I do, I scissor. So I protect my heel and I control here like this. He might be trying to grab my heel lock. Yeah, I got to defend that, put that through, and that's where I'm going to have this control like this. Now I'm going to replace this with my leg here. Go under and straighten. Now the straighten, as you can see, I don't know if you can see the tension, but I don't want to be like this because he'll just pull his arm out. Okay, and sometimes you're going to deal with that. The guy is really loose and fast and he'll whip it right out. But if I go here and I get this tension on, here, can you see how that knot in my knee is pinching in? I'm straightening, now bring your arm out. Okay. And now what's nice about this is not only is his arm controlled, my feet are pretty safe. All right? And the great part about this is at the end of this, now what I'm going to do, I've got it kind of chilled out. This hand's going to go in behind his elbow. This hand's going to go in behind his elbow. And if you bring the camera right here, my right hamstring will straighten to put pressure on his forearm down by the wrist. As that happens, I pull with my hands and I have an elbow lock. It's a pretty solid lock, but let's say he flips and twists and gets his arm out and he pulls back. I roll to my side, and again, that heel is right there for me. Sometimes, and one last thing is sometimes as we're playing, go ahead, this will transfer to this side because he feels a little safer, right? And go ahead and start playing. He's attacking, I'm defending, I'm pulling that, I'm trying to get that off. I'm right here and I'm always trying to get this type of grip. And again, I'm going to try to go here. Now, I still have the same type of finish, but if he gets his arm out, now my finish on the leg's a little bit different. I hook, I put my feet on his hip, I go all the way on my side. See how my head's on the mat? I don't want to be on my elbow here because there's a little tension that comes off of his leg, and my mobility doing this is less than here. Now, yeah, just from the pressure, sorry. Just from the pressure is close, and then I push with my feet, and I arch, and that's a solid, like, foot lock, Achilles tendon hold, depending on how you want to finish your grip. This would be more of an Achilles tendon hold. This would be more of a foot lock. Either way, you're going to finish in there. Okay, so, sorry, you okay?
Oh, good, sir.
Now, just to kind of give you a picture of what it might look like more naturally, which, you know, it's obviously just like anything, as you go, it's the way it's going to look in flow is going to be a lot more organic than do this, do that. He might be firm at first with his arm and then go soft and then back to being tight, and you just kind of have to play with it. So if you don't mind, we'll just play a little leg lock war and just honestly go for it, and we'll kind of hopefully show how this plays out. All right, ready? So immediately, I'm already trying to get that deep. See how hard it is for him to reach for my heel. Go ahead, keep playing.